All right, thank you all for being here tonight. Tonight is Sacred Body Language Translation demonstration and stuff. We're going to play very similar to what we did. How many were on? Everybody click your button, go visual. I'm a visual kind of guy. So if you will go visual, then I don't have to make up what you're doing there. So go ahead. We have 26 on now. We have actually 27. We have last time we checked about half an hour, we had 273 signed up for this. So it'll be interesting to see where we go to for that number. And the folks that are live, you get the benefit of, yeah, we'll figure out what we do tonight. First of all, how many have been on before? All right. How many were on Thursday? Cool. And hopefully if Avril comes and also David comes, I'd like to ask them questions. So if you see them, come on, let me know. Would you, Adam or Dr. Rick? Yes. Okay, great.
Yes.
First of all,
I thought I just saw Adam.
Adam's on, Hata. He's on. I was talking to him. He's going to let me know if David's on. Where'd Hata go? Oh, there you are. Hi, sweetie. Anyway, so last time I'm hitting a sweet spot in me where instead of just going, who's got something going on and vote victory, see perfection, do all that stuff. What I did is I came up with here's a question for everyone. Listen to 3 or 4 signals, write them down. I mean, sense them, write them down. And then I facilitate a few people. And we had some major movement, major movement. And again, how many were present to that last week? Was that major movement? Yes. And here's the challenge opportunity. The signals continue on. It's not just a one-time, on a Zoom, I dug and scratched and somebody asked me a question and then I went double prompt and then I moved through and then here I am. How many know you're still doing stuff all day, all night? Anyone? So this is the distinction here is let's really get good with this. Let's master it. So how many realize you don't really have to learn Sacred Body Language Translation? Because you're already doing it without thinking. How many have sat there going, can and will, can and will, can and will, can and will, without knowing that you're going, I can and I will? How many have? How many going, oh, interesting. I don't really, what? Yeah, no, anyway. Yeah, how many know like that's forget about it. Forget about it and let's remember about it or something. So let's vote victory, see perfection. So the way I vote victory is I do, and you do your version. I recommend you try this out though. I am my own permanent victory in the light. And then who's ever speaking and all of us together, I am our permanent victory in the light. And I will share this again. I was just coming on tonight into my computer room, remembering this is sacred stuff. This is not just, dog and pony show stuff. This is where somebody has a signal or a movement, and that movement, static state is not moving like paint somewhere or whatever. That static state, when we ask the exact question, which we're going to be close to no matter what, because that's how accurate the system is, the individual will have memory, like, do you feel, have you got that, and then all of a sudden they'll start to unwind. So that's why I asked this integration and engagement question of, what 3 things what do you get to let go of, whatever the pattern is. So tonight I'm going to have you all vote, and then our Adam and Dr. Rick will see if they can just fit it into what they're working on. And then just kidding. I'm just kidding. We had a laugh about that a little while ago. It's like, I know you guys are going to just say, well, it's in whatever Adam's going for, whatever Dr. Rick's going for. So if they do that, I will let you know. And you can all go to the chat right now and you'll be able to read and find out if they were like swaying it to themselves. All right. So what we're doing is sacred. Now, fascinating that the word scared and sacred is just 2 letters reversed. And our body language, like the way I look at it, this is my particular view. This is the metaphor. The conscious language is where I come from, so to speak. This is a metaphor. We ate from the fruit of the tree of the knowledge or thinking of good and evil and fell from grace and became embarrassed. Interesting. and had to figure out what to do to cover our embarrassment. Now, I know it sounds crude and all that, but I'm in heaven. Is there embarrassment? No. So when we come to earth, this statement of we had better confuse their language, for there is not anything they cannot do, could be signal for us of what we're here for. And we've had a confused language, just real simple. I'm not going to get, it's not religion based in the sense, it's scripture based, yes, and quantum physics based. That's the way I look at scripture. Straight law, straight up law, not right and wrong and all the other stuff, just straight up law. So when we seemingly fell from grace, and how many can relate to that? How many have had want and can't and should and need and hope someday and kind of maybe and shame, blame, guilt and like that. So that, as an eternal being of light, which is the way I see us all and what I believe we all are, we came to earth for a reason. And I believe the reason, just simply distilled, is to engage what it means to be in right and wrong, good and evil, and then only create in love from this moment forward. And if we look inside of our physical body with an electron microscope, including the one now that we've got, and then the new Hubble, we will see identically the same thing inside of us as in the heavens. And for me, I just woke up one day to the fact that we are all a universe in training. How many get we are glorious beyond measure? Scripture says ye are gods. And I'm sure I'm glad my school teacher in the religious sense didn't focus on that, because we were already outside the box. How many of you were already outside the box as a child? How many, it was probably good you got governed a little bit. How many get that? Instead of going, ye are gods, well, then get out my way, whatever. So what the signals in the body are straight signal of language from our heart, from our creator, without any opinion whatsoever. How many of us can talk, well, you know, basically the concept that I'm choosing to, you know, there's all kinds of opinion and innuendo and vagueness. And how many have mastered vagueness, by the way? A little, perhaps kind of somewhat, you know, more or less. So how many have also been like non-committal? When we be there, you know, pretty soon, some maybe. So body language is straight up. And when I finally got, the way I learned it, you can all study a whole bunch of stuff out here for free, you can study. The signals of the body, which we have been attempting to get rid of or adjust, aren't for getting rid of or adjusting. They're for restoring. So I'm going to ask our three chiropractors on, I call them the three amigo chiropractors, who just completed a whole bunch of training with us, 11 days. Dr. Rick's been in it longer than that. How, and whoever first, they're right, is cool. You guys are right in one little spot right here together. Thank you all for knowing how to coalesce right there. It's like Cheerio magnetization, where the last few Cheerios in the bowl cling together for survival. It's a sniglet. How is this, or is this, because I know you're in the middle of it, how is this affecting the way you practice? Who's first? Tammy, Dr. Tammy. Oh, there you go.
Just kidding. So, well, first let's talk about, let me share with you about how my practice was before Mastery Systems. So in 2020, things changed considerably in my practice. Not that I worked less, that I worked more, and I worked lots more. And what I was seeing were my patients were really suffering. And they were really suffering from symptoms of anger, symptoms of fatigue, symptoms of nervousness, symptoms of indecision. And I had no skills to help them. I could talk about musculoskeletal things. I could talk about their gut, their thyroids, their adrenal glands, but I had no way to make them emotionally feel better. Their limbic systems were imbalanced. And so I went looking for things. I spent thousands of dollars learning and buying neurofeedback equipment, and that helped some, and it took a long time. I learned compassion inquiry, which had good questions, but often didn't lead to anything lasting. I learned internal family systems. I learned lifeline therapy, which also works well, but doesn't get to a lot of root cause. Until I got acquainted with Mastery Systems. And then I had a way of meeting those emotional needs and finding a quick way to get to a root cause and clear it out so that they started thriving and their musculoskeletal symptoms went away and their gut symptoms went away. And when they started thriving, their families started thriving, and their families started thriving, then they noticed that their extended families thrived, their communities thrived, their neighbors thrived. And then in turn, I was thriving more. So that was a complete transformation into the practice that I had been looking for, dreaming for, wanting to help these people, and stopped me being frustrated in just treating symptoms that I knew would come back because their emotional, their limbic systems, their emotional systems of their brain were imbalanced. And it continues to this day that we've been doing it and watching people and their families thrive.
All right. So when you, we're in the middle of watching what's meant to be. We're finding out the divine plan here is really what I believe is happening. So in the book, My Word Made Flesh, do you find that it's accurate to the nth degree?
Yes.
And just so you know, it's got 50 some years of me going, work that one, work that one, work, and then all of a sudden, oh, doodle-oo-loo-loo-loo, and they go, yeah, well, that's in the book. And then the decree that reverses it, that's in the book. And if it didn't work, you know, I'd find 50 or 100 decrees or 5 or 4. And then I started to read, oh, I can actually take, like scripture, let the weak man say I am strong. So when you clear stuff out and the blessings begin to cascade, is what I'm going to call it, instead of just getting back to homeostasis or balance, what's happening, Dr. Tammy?
Well, what's happening is long-term effects of it. Like the next time I see them, that's still better. When I say, hey, how's your nervousness, or how's that sadness that you've had? Oh no, that's gone now. And so that's really uplifting for me that they have that upgrade. And that's something that extends into their whole life, not only just fixing that symptom, but their whole life is improved.
And so I have one quick question. Vote victory, kids, please, please. So Dr. Tammy, when someone says that's gone, that's the allopathic model. What
Right.
I do is then I go, and this is, kids, this is what I'm stewarding, clear, is my job is to come back and help us all get, that's why the trainings are so important. Well, what's returned? And when the individual, instead of going, well, that sadness is gone, as an example, and they go, well, I'm beginning to have, and I stay with them until they affirm, agree, put their attention on what's being restored. So I believe you're describing it's happening. What I'm making sure in our teams is the individual knows to capture that by cue and question and answer. So have you noticed there's a strength returning for them?
Yes, and what returns to them out of sadness is their joy, and what returns to them out of anger is their enthusiasm. And that's really what we've seen, and that's really what they're experiencing, is that they have restored that part that wasn't there before, and now there's a whole new thing that's happened for them, and their lives have changed and become new in that part.
So we're contemplating this. I'm just going to share it with everybody now. In the past, we were with Dr. Rick. Adam, jump in if you choose. We were talking with Rick, who I've known since 95. He's been fully in the game way back in 95. And then he did all of his own chiropractic, et cetera. And then he jumped back in when he saw the new version of our book, My Word Made Flesh. And, he really loved the simplicity of the delivery of it, period. And so Dr. Rick was saying, well, yeah, we can adjust and adjust. And I was going, well, wait a minute. Wait, I mean, hold on, you and Adam, jump in. Yes, we both were saying the same thing. What were you saying?
Just how fast it was working, and by just applying the simpleness in the first like 4 chapters of My Word Made Flesh. If you just that alone apply within those first 25 pages of the book, you'll have miracle after miracle and change your life profoundly and your families. And we've just seen a really high frequency of people getting understanding quicker and quicker.
So now,
once they
hold
get-
on. So now stay with me. So this is chiropractic conversation with Dr. Rick. So
Yes.
Rick was saying about adjust, and then I go there and I do that, and we're going, you don't need to do that.
Yep.
Because we see the freedom without an adjustment. And then, yes, I mean, and Rick got it. He was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And I'm thinking, whoa, imagine now getting an adjustment with the individual aligned in a brand new way.
Yes.
Anyone? Because how many know energy happens in an adjustment?
Yes.
Yes. So anyone, any of our 3 Amigo chiropractors, I'll choose to share what's new. Anyone can go. Go ahead, Natasha.
I'll give an example of one of my patients. She had been coming in for a few months. She'd come in with pain in the back of her neck up towards her skull. And she was one of those patients that she started getting adjusted and felt a lot of relief. But after a couple months, I worked in an office that had 4 other chiropractors. So I happened to walk in one day to adjust her, and she's crying and told me that her pain had come back and she didn't know what to do. And I had just started with all of the mastery system courses. So I hadn't even fully read My Word Made Flesh or done any live classes, anything like that. And I simply asked her, what if you just made it okay that you had pain in the back of your head and on your neck? And as you say, Bob, kind of that standing wave, there was a lot of resistance to that. And I just sat with her and talked with her and listened to her and just continued to ask her, what if you made it okay? What if you said, yo, pain, I love you, and made it okay? And I then, after we got done talking, I adjusted her and she left. And because there were other doctors in my practice, I didn't see her for a few weeks. And when I saw her again, she gave me a huge hug and said that her life was completely different, that she had her life back. She could do all of the things that she hadn't been doing because of her pain, and just thanked me for changing her perspective. And that moment is when I realized something in her consciousness shifted and she was able to move through her symptom and get her enthusiasm back.
And that's at the beginning. That's why I'm going the fast track that we got coming up. I'm going, no wonder I had to create a fast track, because all of you are getting such amazing results with, well, I look at it going, well, the entire system. Look, get enough of it so you can go, yo, pain, I love you just the way you are. Yes, Natasha? I mean, how cool is that?
Yes. At that time, all I knew was I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And I shared that with her and she used it and had a miracle. So
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, dear. Dr. Ricky.
Yes.
So
So
when we bonk, hold on, when we bonked you, let's do that. So
Hmm.
Dr. Rick is talking, he's the genius and he's describing all that. And I'm going, well, wait. I mean, because I've seen so many miracles. I don't do adjustments, and I've seen enough miracles to have people walk completely free, dumping all the cancer out of their body in 5 minutes, all kinds of stuff. And I'm going, well, at first, when I was talking to Rick, I was thinking, oh, you know what, they're going to start taking away the role of the chiropractor. And then inside I went, no, imagine, and go ahead, Rick, where are you now with it?
Well, now is in contrast to where I have been for years, delivering, and I can and I will do this, delivering my chiropractic practice and building the incremental strategies and skills to become a better and better chiropractor. And I've really enjoy delivering high quality chiropractic care where people come in and I help them open and relax and experience and feel better at the end of their adjustment. And then hope and pray that influences their life. And I've been using tools of conscious language and body language for all these years to help within the model of, yeah, let's help you feel better and come in with a smile on your face, etc. And that's really an awesome way to go about it. And since the book, since my reintroduction to Mastery Systems in this new form with My Word Made Flesh, I was activated like Natasha was talking about with the 5 simple phrases. I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And I knew immediately it was time for me to upgrade my practice and my personal life to really anchor in and be present with what's available for all of us that are being the gifts coming through Mastery Systems. And that was in August. We had our 2 weeks in Flat Rock at our a big event. And then the other day, I also had one other experience where in the past, I used muscle testing to help me turn circuits back on in the body, either through a physical activity or using a laser. And that's important to me to see, for me to see and experience while the patient's on the table, an immediate neurological change. And it's important for me, for my patient to experience a real change. When a muscle turns back on, it turns back on, and it's like, yeah, well, how did it happen? And you two challenged me. I had to reposition myself, and immediately after my next patient, because this was before one of my morning patients, I went in, she came in, we sat down and we did a facilitation with her body language signals for 15 minutes. And then I gave her an adjustment, and it got to a point where I went to do the adjustment and I stepped back, and her body had given enough information that we created a simple paragraph that became a decree. I creatively moved forward in my life, receiving my blessings from my mother's lineage. I trust and I feel my mother's love. And she said that 3 times, I asked her to say it 3 times. And her psoas muscle, which had been, I don't want to say weak, but it wasn't turned on all the way, reactivated. And she has, and now has, an anchor in her consciousness of simple phraseology that she can continue to reboot the wisdom of her body, reactivating her life force for real. And then the modality of chiropractic and functional neurology that I use now is providing inspiration, support, and uplift in the same way nutrients and herbs can provide support within her new activated reality, where, like Tammy, Dr. Tammy said, her family and her community are thriving. She's thriving. And I thrive in the midst of all this as well, because my love and appreciation is activated, period.
Mm-hmm. So the subtlety is, and I'm just going to speak about law. Body language is, I mean, I know, I mean, wherever you are, whatever you do, cool. I'm now at the point realizing, having my own experience of this stuff, that my creator is like dispensations of light. The frequency on the planet's rate has gone up. Greg Braden, Awakening to Zero Point, with the hertz on the planet, Hertz. Oh, it hurts. Anyway, I mean, I think that's pretty funny. Hertz and hertz. Anyway, it's not like we're even wrong. It's that we get to open up to greater and greater and greater and greater blessings. So if we're only focusing on getting rid of pain, then we're missing the point. So we had David last time and we had Avril last time, the two that we have talked about. Avril was kicking, and we talked to her since. And I mean, she's got she's come online big time. David was coming online. And tonight we're going to do some of that. How many love that the body signal isn't to be gotten rid of, it's to go through? How many get? And the system is what's written in this book is clean, it's clear, it's real. Got it? It's just 50 some years. You can imagine me day in and day out working the phrases and whatever. It's close if it's not exact. And for everyone here, it's like, what's returning? How many love? Well, why is this here? What's returning? What change do I get to agree to? That's what the questions will be about tonight, is what do I get to let in, to change, to clear, to let my blessings in? How many realize, oh, it's all about blessings? There isn't one negative body language ever. All things have a purpose under heaven. How many have ever been not feeling well, sick, whatever, and went, oh my God, I'm being punished? How many have? How many felt, what did I do wrong? No, you're being cleansed so you could go shine bigger. Yes or no? I mean, I got a lot of my own experiences on this. So now if you can all just position yourself as, oh, all things, scripture, not religion, all things work together for good for those who love God. All right, I love God. Whatever name you use, however you use it, do that. By your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. So language is in there. Whatever we say, we get. A man, a woman who offendeth not in word, the same is a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. So to me, there's rice arona. Everybody know rice arona. All right, so the rice arona thing, if I offend not in word, like I can, I want, I need, I should, I feel like they never, whatever, into I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I create, I enjoy, we can transcend any frequency specific viral stuff, which is not alive. It's the RNA, DNA, whatever it is, some combo, to go and find limited patterns stored in our DNA and either take us off the planet or get us back into being strong. And what about if somebody's had the jab? Go read Emoto's work, Dr. Emoto. Water, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. Air, I love you, I bless you, I thank you. Jab, I love you, I bless you. Bring love into anything, love wins. Bring love into anything, love wins. And a man or woman who offendeth not in word, the same as a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. So as we progress here, we're at the point now where heaven, my view, is knocking on the door for every one of us. Blessings are knocking on the door. And if there's a signal in the body, the stronger the signal, the greater the blessing. And how many in the past have moved or changed based on it got so bad I had to change? So now, how many love the idea of being motivated by benefit? So as we listen to these signals, so the two people I talked about, David and Avril, and if they're on tonight, let me know. Anyway, so the distinction is David had one point on his head and rib, and it was about love relationship stuff, Valentine's Day. And I asked him two questions, or maybe three, but still about two signals. Boom, shaka-laka-laka. He had movement. Well, he still most likely got movement going on. Avril did the same thing about what will I have to, I wrote it down, what blessings do I require letting in to serve doing this kind of work? And I mean, she was going through it. You know, I make a new choice. She did to feel. I make a new choice, left temple to feel. She did that before I asked the question. We have our creator is way ahead of us. Bob, what? Before you have asked, yeah, I have answered you, Bob. Oh, what? Before, how do you do that? Because I'm God, I guess. That's the way it works for me. God is not bound by space and time. How many are glad? Another one, how many are glad that God has ways we know not of and they're beyond finding out? How many know we'd mess it up if we found it out? How many go, oh my God, what does that mean? Shut up. You can't know, and I'm not going to let you. So now body language is pure, straight up spirit communicating. How many know? How many are already doing body language? You didn't have a clue. How many now are you going, oh, okay, I got whatever. How many know you can begin to go, oh, okay, oh, I can, I will hear and let myself see my thriving life. How many like you can actually vote victory and understand what people are communicating, even little babies? So now what's happening is, and I'm asking everybody, just ask your heart if this is true for you. No matter how bad it's been, all things work together for good for those who love God, whatever that is for you, whatever name you use for God. And we will have to surrender our need to have something bad go on. How many have had knee-jerk reaction of something? The next shoe I got. How many have been terrified of something good happening, knowing something bad's going to happen? I never didn't even, go, oh, thank you very much, thank you. No, how many went, oh my God, I've had 4 weeks of really good stuff. Now what's going to happen? How many like 4 more good weeks? So body signals are always a blessing. Always, 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 always. Prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. All things have a purpose under heaven. Let the weak man say, I am strong. Our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. These are the laws, some of them that I use, that taught me a whole bunch. So now when we're going to craft some questions tonight, and then one person or maybe more will be our guinea person, which will go, I got 3 signals, bang, 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 and I'll ask some questions, and then we'll see what happens. Everybody voting victory, fully present, seeing perfection. Yes. And then for me, I'm going, everyone, make sure you have my word made flesh. I just found out from Maggie that the offer went out now, so it's live. So you can get Conscious Language, my word made flesh version 2, and Sacred Body and Language translation booklet for $77. It's normally 120, 30, whatever it is, something like that, and free shipping. So if you go, well, I already have one of those, give it away or make it a gift, whatever. But you can get all those books for $77, including shipping in the US. So that's that. So just know, get that book. And Hata, go ahead, honey.
I'm excited and I'm blessed because my house ate my conscious language book. I cannot find it anywhere.
There you
So
go.
I'm going to get to replace it now.
Awesome. Thank you. That's so cute. Can you see the house in the back room is reading it? And then when my rafters shake a little bit, what that means to me. Anyway, that's so cool. I love it. All right. So just know that. So now let's do, everybody hook up your chat. And please give me the topic, not just a one-word topic. Build what you would like me to have me ask tonight en masse for everyone, not just for you. And then we'll come up with it. They're going to put it through the brain supercomputers that they got. And Janet, we're going to put you on mute here. Everybody stays on mute. Thank you. So write down in the chat what you choose to have us talk about tonight. Finances, partnership, relationship, career, health, whatever. And they're going to tell me what you got to put stuff in there. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I choose to see. There we go. Well, cool.
Bob,
Yes.
David has joined us.
Where is he? Oh, David. There hi, David. So in a minute, I'm going to have a conversation just about what's happened since your little dink, your little point of reference there. In a minute, one moment. So are you getting some answers yet, Adam? Do you have these guys are reading and while you're put any other. Cool. All right. While they're doing that, David, will you mic yourself, please? Welcome. You're mic'd. Good job. So David, last Thursday you were on, yes, and you had 2
Yes.
body signals, yes?
Yes.
And how was that for you?
It was cool. I mean, I enjoyed the I kind of want to be able to go back and watch it and see what happened because I don't remember, but
I know that feeling. Well, so you got huge permission about love, yes or no?
yes.
Have you had, here's why I'm sharing this with everyone. that once we start blossoming, the signals continue on for agreement. So the way I see it now, it took me, anyway, whatever length of time it took me to get it. If I go, please God, give me, thank you, God instantly delivers to me my request. If I say, please God, give me, without a thank you, it's not delivered, because that's a petition or beg. So how many realized or thought that your request from your creator in the universe, wherever it is, was not delivered because you didn't see it? How many didn't? How many looked and when it didn't happen? How many had that sad so much they stopped asking? Here's what I found. So, you know, please, and like when you pray, ask, believing you receive, and you receive is the code here. So when you pray, ask, call, imagine, whatever, decree, believing you receive, that means be alive in. So the universe always delivers. Ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. Only how many looked in your world to see if your prayer was answered and didn't see it and kind of went, oh, how many have? So what if that happened 500 times? Or in our lineage, thousands of times through our ancestors, which means the universe delivered our prayer in the invisible, waiting for us to walk by faith, not by needing to see it. And when we walk by faith, the prayer that's been delivered immediately goes from invisible into visible, or from unseen into seen. So the way I really learned this is by reading eyes, and I would see all this energy waiting for agreement now is what I know. How many are going, oh man. Oh, so when David, you brought two marks, and you have to get personal on it. Do you realize most likely that your being was letting more and more and more blessings in?
Yes.
And have you given yourself permission to let more and more blessings in?
Yes, I have.
Good. And so, and will it help you to have signals to be able to read?
Totally.
Now say yes.
Yes.
Now say totally.
Totally.
So we now know that David is dealing with grief right now because of the word totally, man. Totally, man. Does totally mean yes, David?
For me, it does.
No. For you, transliterated, yes. But if you're talking to me and I go, it could be totally no. I use absolutely. I'm an absolutely kind of guy. So I'll go absolutely. And then I'll go, yes, because it could be absolutely no. So
Right.
now, and have you ever experienced totally anything?
No.
No, me too. And your head said no beforehand. You know, like perfection. Like, what's that mean? So now, with permission, is it time for you to give with that one word? That's called the code of language. Is it time for you to give yourself permission to enjoy your joy?
Yes.
Good. And how many times did he laugh with a little laugh in there? 3. Ha ha ha. Which is also unconsciousness, apathy, grief. Another confirmation that it's time to I give myself permission to enjoy joy. Say it.
I give myself permission to enjoy joy.
And then emotion, yes or no?
No.
All right. So what'd your body feel?
I'm not aware of anything.
Say it again. I'm not aware. Say it again.
I'm not aware.
So we now know that his head and heart are separate. Body language is hooked up. Now say, I choose to know.
I choose to know.
Because your I am not is a death wish. So it's the time. I'm going to get that. I am not. This is pretty high end stuff. We might as well. So if you're going to let love in and I am not aware, and your code is saying, I give myself permission to enjoy joy. What'd you feel? Nothing. I'm not aware of anything. Do you get that? It's
scared.
time. Say it again.
I feel scared.
Fear. Try it. I feel fear.
I feel fear.
Everyone vote as victory. This is always so sacred. Scared, sacred, scared, sacred, the same letters. Breathe, my friend. This is where having somebody stay with us as we blossom. Everyone vote his victory. And the way I do it is he's not really over there. Just how do you feel now that David is secure? Now say, David, with permission, do I have permission to do this with you?
Yes.
Okay. And thank you for your purity, because that's what this is, kids. That's what this is. So just say, yo, fear.
Yo, fear.
I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
Yo, fear.
Yo, fear.
I love you.
I love you.
And now when you love fear, what's it turn into? And if you can keep your eyes open, just if you can, that'll help. It'll get you in real time.
It feels like love.
Good. Say it again.
It feels like love.
Now, everyone, he just gave a code of it feels like love. So his feeling world has been codependent. It feels like love. It feels like love. In other words, he hadn't let himself feel love yet. So now is like, it feels like, is like a feeling.
No.
4. How many? We went from 3 to 4. I'm just showing it's all code. I mean, all y'all that hang out with me are probably going, daggone, man, what all's going on in there? Holy crap. But every person is blossoming no matter where they are. And fear, 4 is fear. What did he come up with? Fear. So, yo, fear, I love you.
Yo, fear, I love you.
I give myself permission to love my fear into my faith.
I give myself permission to love my fear into my faith.
Yeah, and your faith and trust.
I give myself permission to love my fear into my faith and trust.
And fear's inverted faith, trust, security, assuredness, confidence, courage. So where you are right now, it's all about letting yourself be loved. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. So in the past, I don't feel anything, whatever the words were, I am not aware. Now do you realize what you had on your heart in the past was fear?
Yes.
Scripture says it this way, not religion. It says perfect love casteth out, I believe, transforms all fear. So as you begin to touch, not agree with your fear, just touch it with love, the size of your fear is the size of your courage. Yes. So whatever like scared is the state, fear is a feeling. I'm scared, that's a state, fear is a feeling. Which one gives you power?
Well, feeling the feeling is what gives you power.
Gives me power.
Gives me
How about feeling my feeling?
Feeling my feelings.
Gives me power.
Gives me power.
So which one gives you power? Scared or fear?
Fear gives me power.
Good job. So notice your courage is, when we touch fear with love, it blossoms courage. Yes?
Yes.
So in other words, what I'm sharing, the reason I was choosing to have this conversation is it's really helpful to have an awareness ourselves and create an environment where we can walk upscale. The door's open for every one of us. How many love that? The door's open. So I vote your victory. And you get, oh man, we got a whole bunch in a couple minutes here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And so those that have gone and we're voting, how many are voting his victory? How many of you did your own deep inside of you when he was doing his? How many of you went, where's my tissues? Where are they? Where did they go? Where's my tissues? How many know inside of tissues are issues? I thought I'd share that with you just because it was fun. So, and then what was that? Do that, the nose thing again. Do that. Yeah, that's I will. So I will what? I will what?
I will feel my feelings and love my feelings.
Beautiful. And if he hadn't have done that, he might have just gone bing, 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 bing. And this is I can, I will, I can, I will. The right side is will or won't, but yours is will. And this is I can, I can. So, and how many times did you strum your nose?
I think it might have been 3. Was it
All
3
right.
times?
Yeah.
2 or
So how about
5.
I enjoy willingly
I enjoy willingly
Loving my love.
loving my love.
And what's happening in your body?
I'm feeling some joy.
Whose?
Mine.
Yeah, everyone, my joy. Anyway, thank you, David. And again, thank you for your purity. How many got this? Is thanks for being on. Thank you, Natasha, for letting me know that he was on, because I for some reason I was going, let's work with him, because I'll bet you he's still got bing, bing, bing going on. How many love the idea that we can know at any moment in time what's going on for ourselves and others, and not have to be right, just love whatever's up? Yes, anyone? How many feel you're in a metamorphosis right now? Good. How many are going from not a clue to I have a clue? How many are going from sloth to sleuth? Even though sloths are really cool now that I know what they're about. All right, cool. So did we come up with a list of things, Adam and Dr. Rick?
Finances and abundance were probably the number one vote, and then pain stuff.
Okay, thank you. I'm laughing about our earlier conversation. So
Yeah.
how many, I could ask, how many have an issue with finances and abundance and opulence and a effulgence and not enough? Well, tough. No. All right. So I'm going to craft a question in a minute. Got it? And by the way, is it your thought or feeling, or is it what you're tuning into as an instrument of the Most High Living God, living in this strata of poop? How many know there's some poopiness going on in the consciousness of humanity? How many know our governments are going, we don't know? Anyone? I'm going to get that. So let's go to source versus let's go to socialized belief. So how many have tuned into the fear of humanity? Anyone? So again, this is not going to be necessarily what we do about our society. This is going to source. Can your creator supply you even if the frequency on the planet is in lack? I'm going to say it again. Can your creator, all things are possible with God. I can do all things through my anointed self, my Christ self for me, who strengthens me. Use your stuff. So now do you get, oh, okay, whenever I'm in struggle on lack, how many have been in struggle on lack? Not enough time, energy, money, resources, whatever, is always when our great self is asking us to increase our value, not to settle. How many have been willing to settle? How many have been looking for plan B or plan C or plan D or plan E, F, G, H? How many have going A, B, B, C, whatever? Anything less than our highest choice contains within it self-sabotage, is what my beloved Helena, my wife, when she was on the planet, said. It's like, God, anything, think about that. Anything less than my heart's top number one instruction, call, desire equals self-sabotage. How many have mastered self-sabotage? How many can screw it up in 2 seconds? How many have settled? How many have settled? How many go, well, that's too big, a little bit less, a little bit less. Oh, yeah. All right. So now you can't do that anymore. That's what Rice-A-Rona is all about. How many get that? Rice-A-Rona comes along and goes, if you have a limited belief system in there, we're going to get you. So breathing is all about inspiration. How many people on the planet weren't living inspired? How about all the sports people who have had heart attacks? Not doing what they love to do or doing what they're doing with love. That's what it means. No, I'm not making them wrong for that. I'm saying whatever you do, do it with love. If the lungs are involved, that's survival. Clear medulla, brain center to the lungs, fight or flight, reptilian brain, sympathetic nervous system. Gotta, have to, must, gotta. Everyone say, I can. I breathe. I thrive. So thriving, we call this quantum thriving technique. Quantum rapid increase. Thriving, the only thing that's going to work is thriving. And not from the human side, from the divine side, where we let, like, I will, Bob, what? I will pour you out a blessing. This is the universe, this is my creator. I will pour you out a blessing greater than you can contain, pressed down and overflowing. How many have been trying to fill your thimble in the universe? The angels up there are trying to pour the ocean into your thimble. Anyone? How many have had? No, that's too big of a thimble. Get a smaller thimble. Get a single needle thimble. Anyone? How many have got a little like, and the angels are going, whoa. Get a dropper? Even that's too much. Do you get, that's where we're at right now, kids. That's why David was, and then, well, I better watch it again. Because the thought forms come back over going, you forgot, you don't know, you don't, I'm unaware, I'm completely unaware, I don't know, I'm unaware, not wrong. This is what happens. Everyone say, God in me knows. I mean, like that, God in me, your version, your words, God in me knows. I remember thriving. I remember more than enough. So now when I craft this question, how many are cooking right now? Natasha, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I will, I can, I can, I will, I can, I will. Everyone, even if you didn't, how many going, I can, will, I can, will, I can, I will. Just do it. And eyes move, tears happen. That's what's happening. How many? I love the people going, I think I'll try that. You okay? Yeah, I'm just doing, I can, I will, I can, I will. All right. You might as well have fun. The fastest way to screw up the illusion is to have fun. Even now, how many going, hey? How many getting a little giggly on that? How many like the idea of having fun for no reason? My builder, who some folks know here, Adam knows for sure, Mikey. Mikey is doing construction, and he just made more than most people make in a year, in a month. And he shaved his beard to a goatee. And he said, his goal was, when I start giggling and how much money I generate, I'm going to shave my beard. How many like giggling at your supply? I think they're equal. I think giggling, having fun, how many like secretly giggling? Yeah. Got it? Come on, how many like giggling? Come on, talk to me. Don't many like it, yes. So this is the really fast way to screw up the illusion. When I'm going sorting by my world and the way it's going to work and who's going to do what and all that stuff, I'm sorting by my own knowledge, which sucks. Not wrong, it's just not enough. How many like going, thank you very much? How many like it? That's where it comes from, please and thank you. And then walk already having it. All right, so here's the question on supply, opulence, abundance. And by abundance, I'm going to show you this one real quick. Everyone stand up right now. Go ahead. You can do it. Stand up. Bend over slightly forward and shake your hiney. That's abundance. All right. You've just done the abundance dance. How many get, oh my God, that is the abundance right there. How many are giggling now? Hello. The universe is going, feed them, supply them. They just did abundance. It's also very spiritual because you turn the other cheek back and forth and back and forth. All right. Maybe. Come on, just make it real. Make it right. All right. So now, I think I can go by. All right. So I'm going to go back to where we were because I got one written out last week. What changes are required? I'm going to say it a couple times. Then you're going to write down 3 or 4 signals your body gives you. What changes are required for me, meaning for you, to let myself be divinely supplied? What changes are required for me to let myself be divinely supplied? What changes are required for me to let myself be divinely supplied? And just 3 or 4 signals in your body. And raise your hand when you've got 3 or 4. Now, how many understand that there's potentially angels? How many get, I mean, for me, there are. And the angels, you know, I have ways, you know, none of them, they're beyond finding out. You identify the destiny, paraphrase, God says, I'll figure out the steps. How many know angels bring coalesce and build in the invisible, so that when we walk by faith, it's delivered to the visible or seen world from the unseen world. So how many can you feel that you've just activated the angelic realm? How many can feel energy moving or something? So now you've employed angels. How happy is the universe that you're employing angels, which were built for us? All right, so whoever's going to be our first person, mic yourself first and then wave. And Adam, you pick them, okay? You tell me who's up.
Yeah.
Ia. Go ahead. And thank you. Ia, where are you on my screen? There you are. Got it, dear. All right, so what were the signals?
Itchy right throat with my left hand 3 times stroking down. Itchy front of my left shoulder and sticky armpits.
All right, so is it, have you been withholding communication about work rational or masculine? Just a yes or no question. You have to even say what it is.
No,
Okay. Have you been withholding expression in delivering to your world your truth?
yes.
All right.
I have work to do that I've not done.
Okay, say it again.
I have work to do that I've not done.
So this is about the thriving opulence. What? So do you give yourself permission to express more fully your joy? Because 3 is joy.
Yes, I give myself permission.
And everyone, when you get involved, you have to get one of these little moo cows. How many hear that? That's from our me self. That's awesome. Got it. And what are you getting? Ia's trained and all this stuff. So what are you getting? Because you just rocked forward a number of times. So what, you got a bunch of yeses. What'd you get? You don't have to be specific, but did you get signals?
Yes, I got also a signal on my belly. I got an itchy belly.
Okay, so itchy is feeling. So go with that. What was the second signal? I didn't write them down, so now I'm going to.
Itchy. So there's a lot. I have a lot of feelings to touch on.
Yeah.
My supply to So itchy front left shoulder, and I.
All right. So have
that.
you been carrying a burden with a female figure?
Yes.
All right. And is it more to the front, top, or back?
Well, sorry, I've been carrying a burden with my feminine. With
Okay, got it. But and you learned or you got the burden from where?
Oh yeah, I picked up the burden in my female lineage.
So is it time to restore your blessings?
Yes.
What, and so do you get,
And
this is about opulence, supply, abundance. So if we just stay to the conversation, because generally we go to our whole life. So this is about the question of supply and opulence and abundance and thriving. Yes.
Yes.
So by expressing your joy 3 times,
Express
right?
my joy.
By expressing your joy, and remember it's recorded so you can watch it. And
Yeah.
then by restoring your blessings, which ones?
My milk supply.
Good. Which means you're also your divine mother supply.
Yes.
And that's food combining. No fruit, honey. Just real quickly, fruit always way alone from anything else. You stop fruit, especially citrus, milk will come in. That's what I do whenever I'm nursing. Just kidding. Overshare. TMI. Too much. All right. So then what's the third one?
Well, I got sticky armpits.
So that, hold on. So that's I can't, I can. So
I can.
And so I can't what?
I can't do everything.
Oh, say it again.
I can't do everything.
So now what your body is saying is, so what I can do is, say that.
I have grief coming up for me.
Breathe.
What I can,
Yeah, but breathe, honey. Just say it's okay. You don't have to push through it all.
yeah,
Also, I will share with you that, I've been doing all kinds of different foods. Certain foods for me and my pits go crazy. I'm talking about healthy foods like millet or whatever. I'm going, what is that? I mean, I'm working out, stacking firewood or splitting firewood. I'm going, "Is something die around here?" And that it's millet. I mean, I'm eating millet, and all of a sudden millet's going, "You're not meant for millet, Bob." And I finally stopped millet one day later. Oh, I can actually live with myself. I don't have to sleep with my armpits, whatever. So do you get, I don't have to know. I do only what my heart says. Say it.
I do only what my heart says.
And then to thrive, notice the way you set up, straighten your spine, and you lean forward. So
Yeah,
thriving,
do only what my heart says.
yes. And it also means thriving means we have to change our consciousness.
Yes.
Yes. So everyone, as we think in our heart, so are we, is what the law is in scripture. So, I mean, I'm like 50 some years I've been, what does that mean? Well, as we think in our heart, that's our feeling world. So am we, so are we. So if something is existing in my world, like I can't or want or need, or it's too much, or I gotta diminish, whatever. I'm agreeing with limitation on some level in my feeling world in my heart. And the sins of the parents are visited upon the children for 4 generations. Okay. So now you're committed to resurrecting your little one is so far hasn't built out karma yet. That doesn't happen until permanent teeth come in. So you're being with this being who is pure. And that's where, I believe the children are raising the parents up. When a child gets a fever, one to break, where you put your hand on the forehead and pull away and it's cool, that means they're dissolving or transmuting the karma of the parents. So the pits are also running it. The I can'ts are coming out. They're moving into I can. Yes or no?
Yes, it's sticky pits.
I got it.
Like,
So again, so now instead of sticky, I move easily into I can.
I move easily into I can.
And this is where I can do all things through for me, Christ who strengthens me, not the religious context. Through my anointed self, my white fire being self in me, my true divine blueprint in me, not the
Yes.
religious context I grew up in. So do you have a second self inside of you
Yes.
that can do all things?
Yes.
So the armpits are lymphatic, left and right, as I can receive and I can give. I can receive and I can give. And the I can is permission. You're not even cleansing the I can'ts. Your being is asking you, or already has, you got to agree with it. You must agree with I can.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, are y'all hopefully benefiting from this? Yes. And then what was the final one that you had, the fourth one?
Itchy belly. And I've actually got a red mark on the right side where there's like a rash that started.
Okay, got it. So how about belly is joy?
Yeah.
It's the furnace of gut. I mean, we're doing all kinds of stuff with gut. I mean, just so how about I give myself permission to enjoy right side doing what I'm doing.
I give myself permission to enjoy feeding.
Say it again.
I give myself permission to enjoy feeding.
And therefore I give myself permission right side to enjoy being fed.
And I give myself permission to enjoy being fed.
Everyone vote victory, because it's not for mama and dad, but it's also for this glorious being who's coming in.
Yes.
And again, the vote of victory, in my experience, isn't some external something outside. How do you feel now that this particular situation, for all of us, vote victory for every one of us? How many love the idea that we're just for no reason thriving in ways that we had no clue about? How many love I walk by faith, breathe, honey, not by sight? Yes. And again, if you'll stay with the fruit stuff and call me, check in, whatever, I'll share with you, but I believe you'll find no citrus, none.
Okay.
And milk will come in 3-4 hours later from hardly any to when we pull citrus, especially citrus out, or any other certain alkaline foods that really balance, like certain apples are fine, whatever, but fruit is not, usually it's not ripe. I don't know about where you are, but, and fruit is not the food for nursing. It doesn't build the type of protein. So just know that. So now that it's been a year, what's new and different for you?
I'm fully supplied.
Say it again.
I am fully supplied.
Let it land as a fact.
Yeah. And our business is thriving.
Well, first stay with I'm fully supplied.
I am fully supplied.
Let it land. Keep going.
I am fully supplied.
And I fully supply my child.
And I fully supply my child.
And our business is fully supplied.
And our business is fully supplied.
And the people we work with are fully supplied.
And all of our team is fully
Yeah.
supplied.
There you go. Thank you,
All of
dear.
our fully supplied.
Awesome. Thank you. Vote victory, kids. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's do comments on that, and then we'll take the next person. Any ahas? Mic yourself, wave. Natasha, Dr. Natasha, forgive me.
He said the I cans must be agreed to. That's the first time I heard that.
How many are going, yeah, I got to agree to it because it's coming up, and it's the I can'ts going, where's my cans? Anyone? Where's my cans? How many love? You mean I got to agree with thriving, not just get more money? Really? Well, I want to, I need to, I should, I hope to. I bought a book on it, took a training on it. How about I agree? How many been a bit egregious? So thank you, Dr. Natasha. How many get this is big? How many are going, oh, you mean I got to say yay to yay? My yay's got to be yay. Let your yay be yay and let your nay be nay. And you know what I'm going from here. Whoop, whoop, nay, nay. So how many get, I mean, I got to say yes to harmony in my relationship? Yes. I have to say yes to being appreciated on my planet. Yes. Cool. Anyone else? Oh, we're at an hour. That's totally freaky for me. Jeez. Anyway, anyone else? So how many are doing body and signals while you've been sitting here? So again, my word made flesh will teach you those. That for me, this individual signal, the movement of them is a conversation. How many get the 4 things that we came up with once they were translated in a way of instruction or frequency, not based on the person's personality or rational mind, based on just straight signal, makes a difference. How many, and let's do this real quick. How many had signals on that since we did the conversation? Just give me what, ask the question, I'll tell you what they are. Go ahead, Dr. Tammy, what do you got? Find that button. There.
Mine have all been here.
Okay, so just say my ideas thrive me.
My ideas thrive me.
Say it again.
My ideas thrive me.
Now your head said no. So that's where this is, you have to say yes to that. So now say, I say yes.
I say yes
To my ideas.
to my ideas,
Thriving me.
thriving me,
And thriving my world.
and thriving my world.
I thrive my world with my ideas.
I thrive my world with my ideas.
Say it again.
I thrive my world with my ideas.
Now, do you notice you're almost going no, but you're stopping it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, it's so like micro inside her being is going, just keep it. Yes, buddy. Anyway, I'm making that up. So now I'll just say, I say yes to yes.
I say yes to yes.
Oh, your head said no again. Say it again.
I say yes to yes.
Yes. How about my God says yes to me?
My God says yes to me.
So how many grew up going, the love of money? I'm going to get that. No, it's not the way it really goes. It's the what? Money is the root of, no, the love of money. How many low? It's energy. Money is simply energy. Did anyone here have any deficiency in the oxygen you were breathing until I said that? Even now, how many are going, oh, is there enough? How many didn't have? Why? And energy is like oxygen. Money is like oxygen. Now, oh, what is it? What are you doing? Come on, tell me what's that? What's that?
I'm clearing my throat. I'm clearing my way.
Yeah, yeah. So now say I make my new choice
I make my new choice
of.
of clearing my way.
I say yes to.
I say yes to me.
Had said no. I say yes to me. So how about I say yes to God in me?
I say yes to God in me.
Nice. Ooh. I say yes to thriving.
I say yes to thriving.
It was a little no. I say yes to God thriving.
I say yes to God thriving.
So when I first learned this way back 50 years ago, and I would do an I am decree, it's like my little self usurped the I am. No, I'm not. So I would say, I am that I am, da da da, I am that I am, da da da. I mean, I would just have to make sure that I wasn't using my little self. How many have a little self in there that doesn't want you to flush it? So find a way. I say yes to God in me, or I say yes to my divine love, whatever. Yeah, yes has to happen. So what Dr. Natasha heard is you have to say yes to I can. You have to say yes to thriving. Even now, how many are going, oh, huge. Now, let's imagine you can tune in and feel you can. I can. The agreement from the universe on what we're doing right now. As long as we're not looking for how it's going to happen, and we say yes to thriving, furball, doctor, it's awesome, honey. Stay on. It's good. Notice, and this is where knowing the rest of the system so you can stay upgrading and upgrading and upgrading instead of having a little shot of upgrade. So now do you get, all right, what will you, now there's been a year, the way I do is now there's been a year and it worked. And you're a yay for yay on thriving, abundance, and sharing your genius. What's new for you?
I have my thriving life. I have my
Specifically,
thriving practice.
good, but what's new for you?
My world is filled with my shining.
So what's new for you? Here's what you just heard, everybody. I'm sorting by my world. No, the world is a mirror. So you got to give it to you, and then it reflects from everyone. So what's new? No, do you get, that's a huge upgrade right there, Dr. Tammy, yes or no?
Yes.
I mean, my world, like somebody did a clairvoyant, some kind of painting, and it was whatever is a what do you call that stuff where it's ink on fabric, whatever that is. Anyway, and it was these plant life. And then I finally got in the picture. I realized, oh, I'm not in the picture of any of I'm just everyone else. So she immediately brings me another one, and it's the same drawing, I mean, newly made, with people in it. Oh, I showed up. How many realize it's time to show up? How many realize I'm in the picture? So Dr. Tammy, when, and now it's been a year, when did you finally let yourself show up?
3 months and 2 days after this.
Good. You don't even have to wait 3 months and 2 days.
I could do it now.
Yes. So now I see.
I show
So
up
what
now.
changed for you now that it's been a year?
I'm healthier. I'm happier.
Not what'd you finally give
I'm
yourself?
happy. I'm happy. I'm
Say it
healthy.
again.
I'm energetic.
Yeah, we all would say that about you anyway. So what's new? What did you finally let land in you?
My peace.
Good. And the rest, you stay with that and you build that out. Yes, dear?
Yes.
Good job. Shoulder up, shoulder down. I restore my blessings, male side. Cool. All right. Hi, everyone. It's 9:13. We went a little over. Let's remember to vote victory. Yes. How many had movement tonight? Cool. So remember, and it is good. And we're in the middle of launching soon. We have a practicum coming up March 31 through April 2nd in Flat Rock, North Carolina, near Hendersonville, near Asheville. And you can participate in that. We have about 18 spots left. So it's a first come, first serve, but also lodging is really important to get on site on the property itself. And that's something, and Adam will talk about that in a minute. We also have the fast track, which is a 2-month thing. It starts the 16th. Orientation starts this month, the 16th. And this is a way to take all of these technologies in my Word Made Flesh and quantum thriving technique and get really good in a very short period of time. When I asked Dr. Tammy, was getting miracle and getting downloads and designed the whole new way for chiropractors to do stuff. I mean, it's amazing. And so how many hours do you think you put into this so far? About 30. I'm going, yep, that's what I'm talking about. Or Dr. Natasha going, oh, I just kind of opened the book and I love a touch and breathe, completely transforms somebody's life. This is so rich. Please master it. Got it? Why? So you can stay like David. When David, he's going the next step. That's all, every one of us. The waves of perfection they cascade. Next upgrade, it's, in other words, we're not getting them to happen. We're saying yes to them. How many realize I say yes? So, Adam, go ahead.
Yeah, like Bob already touched on, the live practicum and what you just saw tonight, that's what we're going to be doing the end of March, first couple of days into April. The fast track begins February 16th. That's where we're going to go into and explaining what it's going to look like and how we're going to facilitate and demonstrate. That's what the whole fast track is going to be about. What you've been witnessing, those that have joined Thursday and tonight, it's going to be that and so much more. So,
and I'm going to jump in just up for fast track because I haven't even told anybody what's going to be. You'll get really good in conscious language, a sacred body language translation, transforming codependence into co-empowerment. You'll get a powerful, quick way to use biooptic holography of the eyes to look in someone's eyes and know what their mission is and how to support them. Maybe not do the whole reading, but you will know what to do with that. You'll know imagination activation, outcome facilitation, outcome mapping, all of the important things that are found in my Word Made Flesh, you will become highly functional in about 2 months. Go ahead.
yes. And even like tonight, like what about that question that he just asked about and the explanation about what finance or value or abundance really means? It's things, it's the everyday questions that I ask myself a bazillion times. We're going to be, how do we answer those questions that each one of us has on a daily basis? So anything and everything and using, our book to base this out of. So with the practicum as well, like Bob mentioned, it's important for those, if you have any interest at all, get a hold of me ASAP because there's limited availability on site for our practicum and then there's surrounding hotels, but it just makes it easier if you know you're coming to get a room reserved at the inn that's there on the campus. So adam@masterysystems.com and just get a hold of me if you have any questions or if you're choosing or leaning, if you're choosing to combine a couple things, just what's my best option? Let's chat about it. Hata, go ahead.
On the webpage, that book deal where you get the conscious language by Word Made Flesh and the boot camp one, is that on the webpage for $77 to get all three?
You have to go look, but it was emailed to everyone this last week.
Oh, okay. I'll check my emails. Thank you very much.
It's probably both places, honey, because if it's something, it's already built out. So I asked Megan, she said, yep, it's already been sent. So it's there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? So yes, ma'am. Annette.
I just have a quick question about the hand face gesture, the wording in the book. Can I just ask you real quick?
Sure.
Okay, so for example, gesture A, you say, are you integrating what you
You have to show it to me, honey. I don't have it memorized.
Are you integrating what you have
I
received?
cannot see it. You have to just
so-
do the position on your face.
Oh, okay, here, it's this,
Okay, got it. What do you need to know?
this one. So you say, are you integrating what you have received and directing what you have received? What exactly are you saying there?
The lower jaw, is that what it is? So we're
Yes.
using the fingers to identify this is direction. So is it left hand or right hand in the drawing?
In the drawing is right.
Right hand.
Uh-huh.
All right. So again, how about I prefer to work with you. I have to go look at it to find out what
Oh,
that is.
okay. It's,
Got it. But this will, direction, God-given strengths or driving, just kidding. Help, H-E-L-P, sex desires and money. So I'm using the information in the book according to the digits of where they are.
Okay,
So all of that is just go find the fingers, translate them, and you'll see, where that's coming from.
I
Cool.
see. Okay, I get it.
Good.
Thank you.
Anyone that would like to ask Dr. Rick and Adam any questions, you can stay on. They'll be on for a few minutes. I'll give it to Adam over right now. And any questions at all, you can ask them all kinds of stuff, whatever. And my outcome is whatever health and wellness professional,
Health and well-being.
Thank you. We're working this. Have these tools. How many would like to go to somebody that can ask you a question and already engage the cause versus work on the symptom?
Yes.
And I believe what's going to really be happening is many of the people that are licensed to do what they do, they're going to have somebody in the next room doing QTT. That's really what I believe is going to be the way. Not completely, but once they get it started, you go work with them so they can keep doing what they do. So let's vote victory. Yes.
Yes.
Let's imagine we're all thriving with ways we know not of. I say yes. How many like it? I say yes. I can. I get to say yes to I can. I get to say yes to I thrive. And I get to know not what I got, what it is now that I am thriving. I mean, no, it's never an amount of something. It's always completely revaluing love in us and around us. And these are big shifts right now, especially because the universe isn't necessarily operating on them. Cool. Thank you all. I'm going to give this to you, Adam.
All right. Thank you. Hello. So anyone have any questions, specific questions about what's coming up? Go ahead, Annette.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could give a little bit more information about the 2-month fast track, like cost, how that exactly works.
Yeah, so the investment is $3,333. It includes, and I can email you the list, I don't have it in front of me, but a ton of back study. Hang on, maybe I can pull it up while I'm chatting with you. But more importantly, it's going to be minimum 2 calls a week, 2 hours a piece of what you've been witnessing on these calls, where we're going to have live interaction. Bob's going to be teaching us just how to do all the stuff that you witness and how to be able to apply it if in your own personal life or if you're going to work with people. I mean, I use it on a daily basis, even if I'm not per se working with people, just because it becomes you. I mean, all of these, and I've been doing this for about 10 years. So the whole point is to make you as efficient as Bob or anyone that you may have seen on these calls. That's the whole objective, is to pass on this knowledge and this wisdom and understanding of, you guys have all witnessed how quick this stuff works. And in 10 years, it works every time that I've seen it applied, especially when someone's a willing participant. So that's the goal, is to make you as proficient as possible. And then a lot of it's, you're going to be responsible for. As much as you can study, the more you're going to comprehend and understand. You jumping into that fast track. So there's going to be a lot of homework, and then you get live interaction for the fast track. But the objective is to be as best as you can be in all of these tools. There's so many. So which ones work best? Keeping it simple. Like he said, body language, how to read eyes, the power of our language patterns. I mean, you've witnessed him catching something in 2 words or less and understanding what transformation is going to be because of our language patterns. So it's going to be all of that.
Okay, so then the weekend, is that different? The weekend is obviously not going to be an intensive.
It's going to be like what I just described, but in 2.5 days. So it's going to be, really fast paced, high energy. And like me personally, I love live interactions. It helps me because I'm that type of learner. It's, more of a challenge for me to learn or do these calls that we're on Zoom because I require a person's energy. So you're going to be able to witness it it's going to be even more of what the fast track is, but condensed even more.
Okay. All right. Well, that's, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Annette. Go ahead, Kelly.
I also am interested in the fast track because I can't do the weekend thing.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering about the days of the week. Do you know yet what the specific days of the week?
No, once we get our last, head count coming up, we're, rounding everybody up, we will vote on that. But most likely it's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern time as far as the time frame, and we can be flexible. So if there's a majority that's at a different time frame, depending on who we have around the world, we're going to come up with what that looks like.
Okay, it's 8 p.m. isn't that it's late. I just teach already 2 nights a week. So I just wanted to make sure I would be able to participate. So I didn't know if you
So
knew.
if you'll also email me that, Kelly, just like,
Okay.
hey, these are the best times and days that work for me, and just let me know that so we can discuss it
And then
tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. I will. It's adam@masterysystems.com.
Yes.
Okay. And the last question I have about it is the pace a little slower than when you're
It's going to be as much as the collective, wherever we're at.
Okay.
Meaning he's going to teach to the level, and just so you know, it's not exactly 2 months. Meaning if it takes all of us longer to comprehend, absorbed, or maybe we're not quite getting it, like he'll go to 3 months.
okay.
So
Okay.
it's just like it's not a set in stone time frame, but that's the goal, is to just make us all super proficient in 2 months. Because I mean, it really doesn't, like, I'm just going to tell you a little secret right now. The hardest part about it is being able to ask the questions by what you see. Like, really, like, you're going to get it. I really believe you're going to get the understandings of how it all works, the mechanics of it. You're going to get that pretty easy. But then it's going to be able to structure questions, and when you see something in a moment, or when you're with a client, and being able to craft 4 or 5 different ways, because it might not resonate with them the first time you ask a question. So
Yeah.
really, it's going to be fine tuning that. We're going to practice a lot of that. So it'll be a lot of that, if that makes sense.
Totally. Thank you.
Yep. Anyone
Adam,
else?
Should we
Did you
mention the sessions that are available?
Oh, I apologize. I have not. And so this is, I imagine, still being recorded. Cool. So there, we also have 25-minute session that you can book with Rick or I, or Bob, or Cynthia, Dr. Tammy, any of the doctors, or any of the staff. 25 minutes for $222 or $244 if anyone requires a personal health upgrade, financial, relationship, whatever it is. Just know that those are available as well, and you can schedule those or email enrollment@masterysystems.com if you choose to. Thank you for that reminder, Rick. Any other questions about the fast track practicum? Go ahead, Tammy.
Hi, Adam. So
Hey.
my question, and I choose to know if you would like to discuss it later, but I did the course in December.
Yeah.
So how can that be integrated with that fast track?
You mean as far as like pricing or whatever?
Yes, or is there an overlap, or?
Well, it's going
Yeah.
to be more of what you experienced the 3-day My Word Made Flesh training, and just going deeper into body language, eyes, language, like everything that I shared when I was sharing with Annette. It's just going to be a deeper dive into all that stuff. But what you observed in those 2.5, 3 days that we did My Word Made Flesh, you have a good idea of, what's going to happen that entire time.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else?
I have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed, I think some of the other things offered on the website, there are payment plans offered
Yeah.
will that be extended to the fast track as well?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me and we can talk about that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Well, awesome. Thank you all for attending. Yeah, for just any other questions, or if you just choose to chat, just get a hold of me, 1 or 2 emails. I'm checking both of them. So adam@masterysystems.com or enrollment@masterysystems.com. Either one will work. And Yeah, if you choose to talk with me privately or just, what's your best options? How can I do more of this? He has recorded so much stuff over the years. So there's so much training and it's all valuable. So there's something for everyone, wherever you're at currently. And also that was one of the biggest lessons tonight. Listen to your heart. Your heart knows best. We're here to just help you support answering what your heart's asking for. And that's really the truth. So let me know. See ya.